Her bad body language. Her body language speaks before she does. Let's get into it. Her bad body language. Number 1. Licking her lips can be good or bad, depending on the situation or type of discussion. Most people lick their lips when they see something they desire. It shows that they're hungry for it or want it badly. When you're attracted to someone, your mouth gets extra watery. But depending on the type of discussion y'all are having or situation, her licking her lips could mean that what she said wasn't the truth, and she's licking her lips to erase what she said, wishing she could take it back. Yes, indeed. Number 2, she's fidgeting. Now, licking them lips, watch them lips, players. Like I said, the situation or the type of discussion, watch them lips. She's fidgeting. Fidgeting can be good or bad, depending on the discussion or the situation. If she's fidgeting when y'all first met and after a while of getting to know each other, that could be because she's shy, nervous, or excited. But if y'all have been seeing each other over a long period of time, it sends a bad message that what y'all are discussing or the situation y'all are in is causing her to fidget because she's nervous and uncomfortable. Fidgeting can mean she's fibbing or hiding something. Fidgeting, fibbing, or hiding something. Yes, indeed. Number 3, deep sighing most of the time when you're talking. Sighing could mean she's not interested in what you're saying, bored or tired of what you're saying. It indicates that something is off in the relationship when she's constantly adding noises like deep sighs, pauses, or silences that she didn't used to do early on in the relationship. Now that's key, that she didn't used to do early on in the relationship. That's another sign there's an issue or issues going on with her or in the relationship she's not pleased with because her moods and behaviors have changed from active listening to now not being fully interested in the conversation and making deep sighs. How was your day? How your mama doing? Then being short with you. Deep sighs, pauses, silences, and being short with you. Speaking of being short with you. 4, she's being short with you. When she responds to your questions or requests with short one-word answers like yes, no, okay, maybe, I don't know, I don't care, whatever. So, good. Go ahead. What it is? What is it? What you want? Bye. I miss you. Shut up. This is a verbal sign that y'all's relationship is in a bad place, is hanging on the edge of the cliff, or she's not getting her hidden needs and wants fulfilled. At least in her mind, it isn't. It's quite possible that she could just be stressed out or busy. Now, yeah, you'll get the benefit of the doubt, but check her tone and delivery. Is it agitated and aggressive? If it is, then you're the cause and source of the frustrations. Is she agitated, aggressive? Check that tone, players. Check that tone in her delivery. Number 5, crosses her legs. When you or her are having a real heated, intense conversation, the things you mostly need to pay attention to is her tone of voice, attitude, if her arms are crossed and legs are crossed. If her legs are crossed, that's a sign she's mentally, emotionally, and physically closing herself off from you, as to be not fully interested. It's indirect, but it reveals a whole lot. She's not paying you attention. She's not interested in what's happening. Doesn't care either way. That's what that says. Doesn't care either way. Number 6, crossing her arms. When most people start or build a relationship, they normally start out being vulnerable, available, and open. Once she covers up her stomach, she no longer trusts what you say or do. If she gets to a point where she's crossing her arms to cover her stomach, it's a sign that there's issues and things that aren't in a good place in the relationship. And those issues need to be addressed and resolved. Addressed and resolved. Number 7, bad body language. Her body language speaks before she does. Lean away from you when y'all are talking. When someone is interested in something, they lean in towards it. When they're not interested in something, they lean back away from it. This just shows that emotional closeness is a reflection of physical closeness. So pay attention to how much space she puts in between the two of you when y'all are riding in the car. Is she sitting closer to the passenger door than usual? Now. Peep that now. When y'all go out to eat, the movies, or just relaxing on the couch together. One bad sign that says the relationship is on the edge of the cliff is her constantly leaning away from you. Whether she's laying next to you, sitting, or standing next to you. Hey man, leaning away from you? Hey, check all that, players. Number 8. Points her feet another way. No. Points her feet away from you, or another way. Either way. Points her feet away from you. Another bad sign is when you're talking to her, her feet and lower body is constantly turned away from you. This means she's not mentally, emotionally, and physically interested in you or what you got to say. Keeping her head turned towards you is a subconscious clever way to make you think she's paying attention to you. But her feet and lower body is saying she wishes she was someplace else besides where she's at. Man, watch them feet. If they pointed another way opposite towards you, player. Because if they pointed towards you and she pointed towards you, like her torso, feet, her head and all that, chest, she fully interested in what you got to say. But pointed in another direction, yeah, she's not fully interested. But the head is just to throw you off. No, she not paying you no attention, player. 9. So watch all that. The body language says a lot. She never gives you her divided and undivided attention. It's normal for anybody to look at their phones every now and then. But if you start to notice that she seems to check her notifications, missed calls, and text messages most of the times when you're talking to her, then if you wasn't checking her on it when it first started to happen, then it's too late. So it's been past time to have a real serious conversation about where her head and heart is in the relationship and where it's going. You're supposed to been check that out the gate. So when you peep that, check it right then. And you let it get too far. If she's always focused on her cell phone, looking at TV, YouTube, Facebook, or IG, she's subconsciously saying she's more worried about what's going on in those things than her relationship. 10. Rolls her eyes at you. Now check this. Rolls her eyes at you. The number 1 and 2 sign that causes a relationship to break up is when one partner shows contempt towards the other one and is always critical of the other one. Contempt and critical. Contempt can be expressed through things like eye rolling, imitating to ridicule you, and mocking, speaking in a contemptuous or mocking manner. As soon as you recognize contempt through her bad body language, address it right then, or suffer the consequences later. Disrespect is to be checked, not continued. So if it continues, so will her disrespect. Number 11. The bedroom is a cold place. Sex is a big connection that needs to be enjoyed between the couple. If and when she starts to become moody, uncommunicative, and not mindful towards sex, or even avoid sex altogether, that's the biggest sign she's mentally, emotionally, and physically not happy and has moved on mentally, emotionally, and soon physically. Yes, indeed. Amen. I'll say this too. What the problems that go on outside of the bedroom can play a big part what goes on inside the bedroom and in between the sheets. So is she acknowledging what she did wrong? Is she acknowledging what she did and admitting when she was wrong? Is she being giving her man constructive criticism or destructive criticism? Is she taking him for granted or telling him thank you? Showing him appreciation. So like it can be a lot of things, man. Compliments like that. Like in my opinion, it doesn't have to be if we are physically attracted to one another. It could be like the problems and issues outside the bedroom is causing problems inside the bedroom and us between the sheets. So they can make a bedroom a cold place because those issues ain't getting resolved. And that can make the bedroom a cold place, man. Those problems and issues outside the bedroom is causing problems inside the bedroom and between the sheets. 12. Hugs and kisses are less passionate. Pay very close attention to the way she kisses and hugs you and whether those embraces feel less different than usual. Every hug and kiss is not going to be the exact same, but just check to see if it becomes a pattern. See, that's the key. Just check to see if it becomes a pattern of less and less passion and affection. 13. Keeps physical distance between y'all. Keeping physical distance between a person says a whole lot. A woman can still sit next to you physically, but keep herself closed off mentally and emotionally. But by keeping herself physically away, shows dislike towards you. So that's why she keeps a certain distance between y'all too. She can stay in another room, sit on a different couch, or walk away from you when y'all are together in public. Keeping a distance says dislike. That's what that says to me. It says dislike. She can sit in another room, on another couch, y'all out together in public, she's walking away from you. Distance says dislike. 14. Holds her throat during conversation. During conversations, especially heated ones. When she touches or rubs her throat, that's a sign she's keeping something hid from you. The throat is the gateway for words. So her rubbing it when she's being asked questions or trying to explain something is her subconsciously holding back what she really wants to say, or she's keeping it hid. Amen. Yes, indeed. Your throat is the gateway for words. So she rubbing that throat when she talking, you asking her questions, yeah. It's something she really want to say, but then she could be just keeping something here from you. Yeah, holding that throat back, yeah. She ain't trying to let them words out. She just holding it back, subconsciously. 15. Keeps her elbows in during embraces. If you go in for a hug and her elbows stay locked during embraces, there's a way you're purposely keeping her arms close to her body to make as little physical contact and affection with you as possible. Hey, oh man, that's a hey. Like I said, that body language and give you that full embrace, that full hug, man. And then instead of giving you like a compliment, hugging you, just pat you on your back, man. That's another bad sign. Instead of hugging you, just pat you on your back, pat. Come on, man. You know we teammates, but we ain't on no team like that. Hug me, baby. 16. Her emotions don't match your concerns or disapprovals. Every woman is a reflection of her man. When he hurts or has pains, she hurts or has pains that shows she's mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually connected to him, cares about him, and is on one accord with him in those present moments. When she no longer reflects her man hurts or pains, she's no longer on the same page with him. It's real troubling and suspicious when the other partner in the relationship doesn't show the appropriate emotional response given the situation. If you're stressed out or going through something that's hard at the time to deal with, her face and emotions should reflect that. If you're kind of down, she's supposed to be concerned, wondering what's wrong, trying to empathize or sympathize with you, and help by encouraging you through it, not having a smirk on her face and acting nonchalant about it. See that? No, man, people, all that players. Is she smirking when you're going through something? Man, that says a whole lot too. A whole lot. 17. She moves her hand when you reach for it. Now that's what Donald Trump wife always doing. She moves her hand when you reach for it. Nah, man, Donald Trump got a problem with this. But I'm gonna break this down slowly. Not all, but some women like public displays of affection, PDA. So, if you start to recognize that she's shying away from you when reaching for her hand in public or in private, now it can happen in private too, or in private, then that can be developed feelings of contempt, disrespect, and displeasure, probably from past issues with her or in the relationship that hasn't been addressed and resolved yet. That's what I believe now. That's a problem and issue that hasn't been resolved yet, addressed and resolved yet. Because Donald Trump's wife always doing him like that, man. Every time, man. I never seen her just hold his man hand. I'm talking about genuinely not hold his hand. 18. Not when I'm talking about genuinely now. Genuinely when she want to do it. 18. Always checking to see what time it is. Each moment you and your woman spend together should be at the least kind of enjoyable. Not if she's always checking her phone or watch while y'all are together or when you're talking. When she's constantly looking at her phone or watch for the time, it's a sign. For the time, it's a sign that she feels she's wasting her time being with you and wishes her time was being spent someplace else. Her body language speaks before she does. Her bad body language. Alright, player.